between Harwood and Castle Howard is the walled city of York. It was an important centre in Roman times, and the Vikings settled here. Today, York is the home of the National Railway Museum, with a large collection of locomotives, old and new. One of the earliest railway lines ran to Durham. Durham's cathedral stands high above the River Wear. The interior of the cathedral is dominated by this great wheel window. The best way to explore Durham is on foot. On the coast, further north, is Bamborough Castle. From here, you can see Lindisfarne Castle on Holy Island, a Christian settlement in the 7th century. Edinburgh, Scotland's capital, welcomes visitors of every nationality and has many well-known landmarks. Princes Street, the Castle, the Royal Mile, the Royal Palace and Holyrood House. Aberdeen, further north, is known as the Granite City because of the stone used in the older buildings. It's a gateway to the Highlands. Within reach of Aberdeen are many of Scotland's castles. This is Craigievar. Crathes Castle is renowned for its gardens. Balmoral is the magnificent Scottish home of the royal family. Inverness, capital of the Highlands, marks the furthest point north in our journey. To the southwest, beyond Loch Ness, lies Oban on the west coast. From here you can reach the Western Isles of Scotland. Glasgow, the busy industrial and historic heart of Scotland. There are a wide range of shops. Here you can buy traditional Highland woolens and tartans. Today, the original designs have been added to, and there are more than 300. You can find out if you have your own family tartan at one of the many kilt shops. Glasgow is also the home of an important international museum, the Burrell Collection. Sir William Burrell, a Scottish shipping magnate, spent his whole life amassing this priceless collection of over 8,000 objects. Hidden from view for 40 years, it was given to the city of Glasgow on his death. To show the collection at its best, a special building was erected in the Pollock Country Park on the outskirts of Glasgow. Britain's border country, wild and rugged, where once castle raiders came south. The Romans had a defense against the Scots, Hadrian's Wall. It still runs the width of Britain, from Newcastle in the east to Carlisle here in the west, a town also built by the Romans. It's on the doorstep of the Lake District. Chester is another ancient city which dates back to Roman times. It's said to have been one of the last important Saxon towns to have fallen to the Norman invader 4 years after the invasion of 1066. It retains many features characteristic of Tudor, Stuart and Georgian England, and it's conscious of its architectural heritage. Visitors from all over the world can stroll along the roads, Chester's unique two-tier shopping lines. Within minutes of leaving Chester, the railway takes passengers through the pleasant rolling countryside of North Wales. One would almost think that the route was chosen to give travellers the best view. For those in a little more hurry, intercity services can speed you into Wales before connecting with local services. This is Conway Castle. Harlech Castle sits on a rocky spur near the sea. Carnarvon Castle. The little fishing town of Porthmadog rests in the corner of Tremadog Bay. It's typical of many little ports dotted around the Welsh coast. The spirit of Wales is found in these rivers, mountains, woods and moors, one of the most picturesque parts of Britain. The Brecon Beacons cover a large area of mid-Wales. Cardiff has grown in little more than 150 years from a sizable village to become capital of Wales and a major seaport. In Cathays Park stands one of the world's great civic centres. The City Hall, with its clock tower, built at the end of the last century, stands in 60 acres near the university. Cardiff Castle, erected in the 12th century by the Norman invaders. Crossing back over the border to England and the picturesque Gloucestershire countryside, there are many small picture postcard villages dotted around the Cotswolds. Stow-on-the-Wold is among the most pleasant. The village green is known for entertainment of one sort or another. Bourton-on-the-Water has changed little since Shakespeare lived in nearby Stratford-upon-Avon. The Royal Shakespeare Theatre sits on the banks of the River Avon. Stratford is an old market town situated midway along the course of the River Avon. Its streets and buildings display a link with its interesting past. continue our journey south. All these places are within easy reach by train. Oxford, as an old university town, dates back to the 12th century. It has been the student home of famous writers, artists, actors, scientists, and politicians. There's so much in the town, a day isn't long enough. Moving down to the West Country, Bath is justly proud of its Georgian architecture. Today, the world-famous spa water can be sampled along with lunch and music. These baths were built by the Romans. Wilton House in Wiltshire, the home of the Earl of Pembroke, and a gift by Henry VIII to the Herbert family in 1544. These superb 17th century state rooms, designed by Inigo Jones, house paintings by Rembrandt, Rubens, Van Dyck, and Reynolds. The profile of nearby Salisbury Cathedral is unmistakable. The charm of the surrounding close makes an unforgettable picture of England at its best. Moving further west to Devon, this is the picturesque village of Bickley on the River Exe. Seven miles outside Exeter, Kilverton House has a fine hillside garden with exotic plants and shrubs. Not far away, at Buckfast Abbey, Benedictine monks have rebuilt the ruins of the 10th century abbey. Lovely Torquay, a leading resort and yachting centre. The historic cathedral city of Exeter is a thriving modern centre which retains a wealth of interesting old buildings. Tiverton on the Great Western Canal, where horse-drawn barges still provide a working reminder of Britain's Industrial Revolution. Journey eastward, through the New Forest with its wild ponies. To Brighton, one of the most popular resorts on the south coast. Brighton's Palace Pier is a monument to Victorian enterprise. The lanes are an attractive, quiet precinct where people can chat, browse, and buy.